Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
Welcome back to ITTV. I'm Chris Graveline, standing in for Dave, who's a little under the weather. We have another exciting, helpful, and hopefully entertaining ITTV report for you this week. Earlier this week, we announced the winners of our two big giveaways. One lucky Into Tomorrow listener is now the proud owner of a shiny new iPad, courtesy of our friends at GoToMyPC. And another is sporting a pair of Street by 50 headphones from SMS Audio. Congratulations to both of our winners. Tune into our radio show this week and find out who they are. Not sure where you can hear us? Stop by our site at intotomorrow.com and check out our listing of nearly 190 radio stations airing the show throughout the weekend. You can also listen to the show via our site starting at 2 p.m. Eastern every Sunday. Make sure you also stay tuned to our Facebook page at fb.com/intotomorrow, as more contests may be announced soon. Recently released was the new Bioshock Infinite. To share his thoughts on this popular first-person shooter, here's Iggy Albistu with this week's Into Gaming segment.
Greetings gamers, and welcome to another episode of Into Gaming. We're on the gaming grid and going to be talking about the new first-person shooter and complete series rewrite, Bioshock Infinite. The Bioshock series has delivered insane weaponry, powers, and spine-chilling thrills. However, this Bioshock's rhythm has changed its tune. For starters, you can't wield more than 2 guns. Now, that kind of sucks considering that Bioshock was part of a rare breed of games that gave us, the gamers, an arsenal of weapons to wield at once, like Half-Life 2. Also, the new city does a 180 to the famous Rapture. So instead of chills, thrills, and gore, the city of Columbia provides sun, fun, and bore. Now, don't get me wrong, this new Bioshock is action-packed, but I think without its horror and suspense, it's almost the same as any other shooter. Now, some great things about the game is that Bioshock brings us back to the architecture of Bioshock 1. Architecture such as the beginning at the lighthouse. Other greats are the powers you get. This time, you don't have to wait till stage 3 to get your second power. Now, although the game is now open warfare and not the small rooms of Rapture, gamers still get their bang for their buck with huge waves of enemies that just keep coming at you. Overall, Bioshock Infinite provides its fans with the same crazy power shooter combat, but it did lack in its horror, gruesomeness, and chills the fans have grown to love. I'm still currently playing Bioshock, and so far I'm having just as much fun as I did when I played the first one. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Into Gaming. I'm Iggy Albistu at ITTV.
Thanks, Iggy. Have you participated on our national radio broadcast yet? Did you know that you can win fabulous prizes when you do join us? If you have any tech-related questions or comments or opinions, or have useful tips for our audience, call us toll-free at 1-800-899-4686. That's 800-899-INTO. Or listen and participate via our free apps available for a plethora of mobile devices. We love hearing from you. Let's climb aboard our Wayback Machine as we take a look back at This Week in Tech History. In 1860 this week, the oldest known recording of an audible human voice was made on the phonautograph machine by its French inventor. Tune into this week's radio show or check out our podcast and you can hear the recording. In 1892, voters in Lockport, New York became the first in the U.S. to use voting machines. This week in 1970, the ill-fated moon mission Apollo 13 was launched from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. In 1976, the first Apple computer was created. It soon hit the market with a price tag of $666.66. That didn't include the case, power supply, power switch, keyboard, or monitor. And this week in 1984, Challenger astronauts made the first satellite repair in orbit by returning a healthy Solar Max satellite to space. The orbiting Sunwatcher had been circling the Earth for 3 years with all circuits dead before repairs were made. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History, brought to you by IFA, the International Funkausstellung in Berlin, the global innovations show with a rich history all its own. Get more info at ifa-berlin.com. Make sure you subscribe to our free once-a-week tech newsletter. Stop by intotomorrow.com and enter your email address in the red box. You'll get an email confirming that you wish to receive it. Accept it by clicking the link, and you'll then have Into Tomorrow in your inbox every week. Also, don't forget to get social with us. You can follow our official Into Tomorrow Twitter feed at IT Radio Show. You can also like us on Facebook, fb.com/intotomorrow. It only takes a second, and we often award special prizes just for our followers. That wraps it up for this week's ITTV show. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Graveline, and we'll see you next week right here.
Jump on. Don't you watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Come on now.